This is Lab E77 Mass and Collision. Today we want to see if the mass is going to affect the forces in a collision. You need to know the definition of mass. Mass describes the amount of matter in an object. So if you have a smaller vehicle, it's going to have less mass than a larger truck. Okay. Our challenge today is, does the mass of an object affect the force it applies during a collision? Okay. In the last lab we did, we wanted to see if speed affected the force. Now we're going to see if mass has an effect on the force in a collision. Okay. So in the lab, you're going to have 3 data tables. Okay. We're going to test the car at the fastest speed, which is at notch A. Then we're going to have no mass in the car. Then we're going to add 1 cylinder of mass, 2 cylinders of mass, and 3 cylinders of mass. And we're going to see if mass is going to affect how far the block moves when the car hits it. And we're going to do about 3 trials. Then we're going to be testing the medium speed with the different masses and the slowest speed with different masses. Okay. If you take a look at the setup, all right, we have our ramp. Again, this notch A is the fastest speed, notch B is our medium speed, and notch C is the slowest speed. Okay. We are going to set up our block 5 centimeters from the start of the straight track. So it's at the 5 centimeter mark, and then we're going to slide the meter stick so that it's lined up with the block. All right, so once the cart, all right, comes down and hits the block will be moved with force, and then we're going to measure how many centimeters the block moved, and that's what we're going to be recording in our trial. So the distance the block moves in centimeters. Okay. For each trial, make sure the back wheels of the cart are lined up with the notch that you're testing, okay? And then make sure your block is always set up at the 5 centimeter mark. These are the masses that we're going to be using. So when it says 0 mass, all right, the car is not going to have any mass in it. When it says 1 cylinder of mass, we're going to place one of the cylinders, all right, in the car. When it says 2 cylinders, we're going to have 2 cylinders in the car. And then when it says 3 cylinders, we're going to have 3 cylinders in the car. Okay, so again, we're trying to see if mass is going to affect how far the block moves, depending on the force when it gets hit. Okay. All right, so again, we're starting at the fastest speed, notch A, and we're going to be recording across. All right, we'll do 3 trials for 0 mass first. Okay. So here we go. All right, that is at 11 centimeters. So go ahead and put 11 centimeters. Okay, next, trial 2. Okay, that is 11 centimeters. 11 centimeters. And trial 3. 12 centimeters. 12 centimeters. And then you're going to calculate the average. You're going to add the 3 numbers up and then divide by 3 to get your average in centimeters. Now we're going to do 1 mass. So we're going to add 1 cylinder of mass. Okay. We are still at the fastest speed, notch A. Okay, that is 22 centimeters. 22 centimeters. Okay. Trial 2. 22 centimeters. And trial 3. 22 centimeters. Again, calculate the average. Add the 3 trials up, divide by 3. Now we're going to add 2 cylinders of mass. Okay. Again, we're still at the first speed here. Or, sorry, notch A. That is 27.5 centimeters. $31 centimeters. $30 centimeters. Again, add the 3 trials, divide by 3 for your average. And last, we're going to add 3 cylinders of mass. Okay, so this is our heaviest mass now. Again, we're still at notch A. This is 36.5 centimeters. 36.5 centimeters. Okay, trial 2. About 38 centimeters. 38 centimeters. And trial 3. This is 37 centimeters. All right, and again, add the 3 trials, divide by 3 to get your average. Okay. Next, we're going to do notch B, which is the medium speed. Again, we're going to test all the different masses, and we're going to see if the mass affects the distance the block moves. So I'm going to empty my cart. Okay, we're going to start with 0 cylinders for the mass. Set up our block. Okay, and then we are now going to go to notch B. Notch B. Okay. Trial 1. It is at 9 centimeters. 9 centimeters. Okay. Trial 2. It is at 8 centimeters. And trial 3. Eight centimeters. Add the 3 trials, divide by 3 for your average. Now we have to put 1 mass or 1 cylinder in our cart. Okay, again, this is medium speed, which is notch B. Trial 1, 14 centimeters. Okay. Trial 2 for, again, the medium speed. This is at 13 centimeters. And trial 3. 14 centimeters. Add the 3 trials, divide by 3 for your average. Now we need 2 cylinders. So we're going to add another mass, 2 cylinders of mass. We're still at notch B, which is our medium speed, and this is trial 1. It's about 16.5 centimeters. Okay. Trial 2. About 17.5 centimeters. And trial 3. 17 centimeters. Add the 3 trials, divide by 3 to get your average. Now we need 3 cylinders of mass. So I'm going to add my 3rd cylinder. So now it's the most mass. Okay. And we are again at the medium speed. Trial 1. It's at 23 centimeters. 23 centimeters. Trial 2. It is at 22.5 centimeters. And trial 3. It is at 20.5 centimeters. Again, add your 3 trials, divide by 3, and you get your average. Okay. Last, we're going to be using height C, which is our slowest speed. Again, we're going to add our mass and see if mass affects the distance the block moves. Okay. All right. So again, we're starting with 0 mass, and we're going to do 3 trials at the slowest speed. Okay. So again, the slowest speed is here, notch C. Trial 1. 4.5 centimeters. Okay. Trial 2. 4.5 centimeters. And trial 3. Four centimeters. Okay, add your 3 trials, divide by 3 to get your average. We're going to add 1 mass to the cart. Okay, trial 1, about 7 centimeters. Okay. Trial 2 with 1 mass. That's about 8 centimeters. And trial 3. 6 centimeters. Add your 3 trials, divide by 3 to get your average. Now we're going to add 2 cylinders of mass. Okay. Again, we're still at notch C, which is our slow speed. And this is the first trial. 11 centimeters is trial 1. Okay. Next is trial 2. It looks like it's about 9.5 centimeters. And then trial 3. Again, this is our slowest speed with 2 masses. 10 centimeters. Okay, so add your 3 trials, divide by 3 to get your average. And last, we're going to add a 3rd mass to the cart. 3rd mass to the cart. Again, we're doing 3 trials. Okay. All right, trial 1. It's at 12 centimeters. Trial 2. 12 centimeters. And trial 3. 12 centimeters. add your 3 trials, divide by 3 to get your average. Okay. Then you want to compare, do the masses affect the force on the block? And then does speed also affect the force on the block as well? And then complete your analysis.